bipolar, they don't know what they want. They don't know when to be satisfied. Like old grumpy old men. Sometimes the hardcore boxing fans act like bitter baby mamas in family court. They're always critiquing all the fighters, whether they're good, bad, elite, or whatever. But let's be real. There's some young fighters out there that's taking risks. Taking the type of risk, you know what I'm saying, that their career is not walking on eggshells like others. But even the ones that take the risk, they still hate it. Probably the most hated in the sport of boxing is the guys that actually take the risk, right? Let's go with the young, hungry lions in the sport of boxing. You see the thumbnail, You got Teofimo Lopez that's gonna be fighting Josh Taylor. Teofimo Lopez moved up to the 144. Sando Martin that retired Mikey Garcia and about to fight Josh Taylor. At 135, he was the king in 135 by beating Vasily Lomachenko. Well, Lomachenko back to back. And he still get hated, but he take the risk. The type of risk that, in a promotional contract, if you take that loss, the promotional company could X you out. That's it. Get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of risk that Teofimo Lopez is taking by fighting Josh Taylor. Not only in the U.S., he's about to fight Josh Taylor out there across the pond, taking risks. Devin the Dream Haney, the lightweight, undisputed, went out there to Australia twice, right? Fought Linares, good opposition. Fought Jojo Diaz, an Olympian, good opposition. And for Cambosa, the guy that defeated Teofimo Lopez as well. You know what I'm saying? Beat the man that beat the man, right? Look at Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson went back-to-back versus Hearing and Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez that actually beat the boogeyman, and a lot of people felt like he was the boogeyman, Miguel Burchell, in the super featherweight division. You got to give him props. Virgil Ortiz also going to be fighting Stanionis. If we talk about the welterweight division, the phenoms, Jerome Boots Ennis, Conor Benn. Well, Conor Benn, he tested, positive and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to go away. But anyway, and then you got Virgil Ortiz, which I believe got the best resume out of the young hungry lions in the welterweight division. Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz, that's going to be a tough fight. Kudos for both of these guys taking that fight. Bam Rodriguez beat Cuadras. Bam Rodriguez beat Rumvasai that beat. And I know we don't got to go through a triangle theory, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Bam Rodriguez was not even supposed to fight these guys, but his career is now walking on eggshells. Bam Rodriguez beat Rumvasai beat Chocolatito and Estrada. Gotta give him props, y'all. Gotta give him props. Ryan Garcia. Well, Ryan Garcia probably don't have, he beat Luke Campbell and stuff like that, an Olympian. But he's about to face the guy that I think a lot of people feel like is the best guy in 135, whether he got a strap or not. Ryan Garcia is taking a risk by fighting Gervonta Davis. Now, I'm not going to put Gervonta Davis in the mix because I believe Gervonta Davis is, 28 years old. He's probably the senior out of these young crew. You know what I'm saying? We got to give a shout out also to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois was not supposed to be fighting Joe Joyce, but of course he lost, broke his eye socket and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he took the risks. Who is the fighter? Who is the young fighter that take the most risk in the sport of boxing? And I'm going to tell you that Teofimo Lopez, the commander-in-chief, the captain of the generation, it stays the same. The slogan stays the same. The status stays the same. I've been calling Teofimo Lopez the commander-in-chief, the leader of this generation, the captain of the generation, because he is the one that first take the risk. When Gervonta Davis was supposed to fight Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez stepped up to the plate and took care of his dirty work. He was the one that wanted that started this whole let's get all the belt stuff. He was the one. He got Lomachenko first. He was the one that been back to back, and especially in the pandemic when he was not when even his promotional company Bob Arum said let's wait till the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, clears and stuff like that, and everything opens up. And Teofimo Lopez only took $1 million to fight Lomachenko. Came out that fight, in the bank account was $600K with all the taxes and fees and camp fees and all that stuff. Took a risk. And he's taking a risk one more time. And especially at the time where there's people that's critiquing him saying that if he's ready for Josh Taylor, look, man, he was questioning himself, you know what I'm saying? But look who's going to be fighting. He could have fought a lesser opponent, Barbosa. He could have fought a lesser opponent, Cepeda. He could have fought a lesser opponent, Pedraza. I know Pedraza's going to be fighting Jose Ramirez, but I'm saying he could have fought a lesser opponent. A lot of lesser opponents. And he's going after the dog. He's going after the top dog. He's going after the undisputed. Because in our eyes, you know what I'm saying, Josh Taylor never lost to anybody. He just vacated the belt, but he's still undisputed. He's still in the same, Regis Prograis still in the same division as Josh Taylor. We all know that Josh Taylor beat Regis Prograis. Devin Haney is supposed to be fighting Lomachenko. That's a risk. Ryan Garcia is supposed to be fighting Gervonta Davis. That's a risk. For the people out there that's always dissing these guys, because I see a lot of hate. I hear a lot of hate when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Right now, they taking the risk. I like Boots Ennis, but I don't believe he's taking any risk yet. I like Gary Antoine Russell, but I still don't see any risk really compared to what these guys are taking, especially what Teofimo Lopez is taking. I'm going to say it like this. The number one and the number two, I believe that Teofimo Lopez and Bam Rodriguez are the most risk takers in the sport of boxing. But looking at two different divisions and going after the top dogs like a Lomachenko and a Josh Taylor, and he's only under 25 years old. Not even David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, La Bandera Roja, has taken more risks than Teofimo Lopez. No young fighter have taken more risks or about to take more risks because, damn, think about it, Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor. Can you imagine? What you gonna say? And I see a lot and I hear a lot of hate on this guy. See, that's why I always say, let's preserve the sport of boxing. Preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for a pure entertainment, but also whoever takes the risk. With all the complaints that the hardcore boxing fans be having, Teofimo Lopez voiced those frustrations. What do you want to cheer for? Now, I'm not saying you got to be a fan of every type of skills, but I'm going to say it like this. With all the complaints and everything that we've been complaining about, hardcore boxer fans, that the best ain't fighting the best. There's a young guy that's fighting the best and leading the way and setting the bar. And that's Teofimo Lopez. Whether you like it or not, those are the facts. They say, oh, Joe, Teofimo Lopez is ducking Bobo, so Teofimo Lopez ducking Regis. Nah, he about to fight Josh Taylor. In the lightweight division, the primary fight, to be honest, the lucrative fight is Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, but the primary fight, and I believe the most legacy fight, is Lomachenko versus Devin the Dream Haney. And Devin Haney don't have to take that fight. He could go easily to the 140, take those belts to the 149, drain himself, because he don't owe Lomachenko nothing. But he want to take the risk. The type of risk that Devin Haney, this is his last fight in a promotional company. Devin Haney could lose to Lomachenko, lose his belt, lose the power, and lose a promotional company, and then he's a free agent. And then who wants to take a Devin Haney after Lomachenko if Lomachenko beats Devin Haney? No more power. Because at least with that power, when he had the WBC, when they handed him the WBC before, at least he still had a power with the networks. He got no more power if he loses to Lomachenko. That's the type of risk. And he don't need to take that risk. Ryan Garcia been calling out Gervonta Davis. He don't even want, and people feel like Gervonta Davis is actually the harder fight than a Devin Haney. He wants Tank. He wants Tank. Virgil been wanting Bud or Spence, and he about to get Stanionis. Stanionis wanted Earl Spence. They don't want them. The Young Hungry Lions is fighting one another. Michel Rivera and Frank Martin was not supposed to be fighting because, of course, the tradition of how to build a fight, but they still fought. But when you look at people's resume, the one that leads the charge, the commander-in-chief, the leader of the generation, Teofimo Lopez, is taking the most risks. Because not only is Josh Taylor the guy, is that Teofimo Lopez, once again, like in 135, will be the underdog. And versus Josh Taylor, he might be a major underdog. But he got the skills and talent to overcome. He did it before in 135, and probably he'll do it again. And when he does it, it's time for all hands to be on deck and respect this man and cheer for this man. Because the more you respect him and the more you cheer him, he's the one that's going to avoid the frustration of the boxing fans. Let me say it again. The more that you cheer his risks, the more that you all hands on deck and respect the risk and don't hate on it, he will be the one that want to fight for the fans. Manny Pacquiao fought for the fans. Or Oscar de la Hoya fought for the fans. Teofimo Lopez, he says he's a people's champ. He gets mad if he don't entertain. Those are the type of fighters that we want to see. Those are the type of fighters that we want to respect, that they care how they perform, win, lose, or draw. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. You already know it's Mr. Moonshine. El adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor del boxeo. Mr. Moonshine. Shine himself. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos.